Welcome everyone to Combat Wrestling Trivia. Tonight we have a play-in matchup scheduled for you once again. It is a match that was originally scheduled on Monday night, but due to scheduling conflicts, we'll call them, this match is happening tonight. If you are watching SmackDown, turn it off and watch this. No one cares about John Cena. But if you are here, I appreciate you being here and watching this excellent match, because the winner of this will advance into the World Contenders Tournament for 2025. A tournament that I don't think Brandon has played in 5 years. So we will see what happens there. We're going to introduce your players today. He is the king of the piss break, and he is drinking that 12% beer with a pop in the zins. It's Perkins. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Wait, SmackDown is still on TV?
I think so. I think it's 3 hours now.
Son of a bitch. That's why I don't watch it.
Well, Perkins, what do you think about this match tonight? Your odds against Brandon.
I'm going to say mid to low, but hey, let's have fun. I hope everybody's having a great day.
Absolutely. It is a great day. We're going into a good long, not a long weekend, but a good weekend. It's going to be a fun time. It is Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday, and I hope everyone enjoys their Saturday because we do not have any matches planned tomorrow because I refuse to book matches on Saturday, especially those matches that happen at 4 o'clock Eastern because nobody will watch. Anyway, moving on. I just had to get that out. Your opponent today is a CWT veteran. He's been here nearly since the beginning, and he's a former member of the stable, The Real Deal, back when they were a thing. But he is the Phil-Am Fury. He is Brandon Rutledge. Brandon, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. If memory serves me correctly, I think I actually competed in the 2022 tournament.
Did you?
Yeah, I think so, but I think I got knocked out in the first round. But not planning on letting that happen tonight. All due respect to Perkins. So this should be it's gonna be a fun one. I still want all the titles. I want to go Triple Crown before Dude does. Dude still owes me a match, by the way. Let's get it.
Absolutely. We're going to have to get it. But before we get it, I need you guys both to write down a number between 1 and 3 on your boards. All right. Perkins.
1.
And Brandon.
Uno.
Looks like we're playing match number 2. Which,
Yay!
So,
Math.
so just to let you guys know that your match tonight will be contested under the same rules as the other play-in matches. We will not be playing these matches, much like the Twitch TV title match last night. So, we're going to let you know how that works. 4 questions based on the following categories: WWF/WWE, AEW/New Japan, WCW/ECW, and TNA/NXT. Then 1 question will be randomly selected via wheel spin. That is 4 possible answers. There's 1 point for each correct answer in the first round. And we are going to start with your question in WWE/WWF. And that question is: Taka Michinoku wrestled which Japanese wrestler in both of their only televised matches in the WWF in 1997? The first being an In Your House Canadian Stampede, and then the next night on Raw. So it's the same guy, and it's only 2 WWF matches ever. And while you do that, we're going to go ahead and put those loony bets up on the screen. If you are watching along today, you can bet your channel points on Perkins. You can bet them on Brandon Rutledge. It is up to you. The choice is yours. Yes, In Your House Canadian Stampede might be a little bit biased, but considered one of the greatest pay-per-views of all time, if not the greatest In Your House of all time, just based on the crowd. Not to be confused with the Calgary Stampede. That's just a bunch of cowboys pretending they're cool. All right, looks like you are both in. Perkins, what do you got?
Great Sasuke.
Brandon.
I initially said Great Muda, but I'm like, that timeline doesn't make sense to me. So I guess Genichiro Tenryu.
Well, you were on the great track with great, but it was the Great Sasuke. Perkins getting on the board early with question number 1. Yeah, I believe Great Muda would have been doing some NWO Japan stuff at that time, I believe. Yeah. So, not a bad guess with Tenryu. But we're going to go to your next question in the category of TNA/NXT. Which year division featured the most total falls scored in an Iron Survivor match at NXT Deadline? So we need the year plus. Hey,
Oh,
Perkins, you can
jeez.
guess this one. You just have to name a gender and a year.
Which year?
And you will need both to get the point.
Get him that JPO, otherwise I ask for ASAT rolls.
Absolutely not. Not here.
No.
You have to get the whole thing to get the point. That's the only rule no one has stolen from him. What do we got here? What's up, Danny? He says hello, sexy man. What's up, dude? How you doing tonight? Hope you're having a great Saturday. All right. Brandon, what do you got?
I said 2022 men's division.
Perkins.
Women's 2016.
All right. Well, your correct answer was the men's division in 2023. It was the one that Trick Williams won. There was like, I think 12, 13 falls, something like that in that one. Yeah, it's the one that Trick Williams won. But we're going to move on to your next question, AEW/New Japan. And that question is, what is the only country other than the United States of America to see the AEW Tag Team titles change hands?
Ooh. That's a good question.
Yes. When I looked this up, I was like, aha, there we go.
Aha!
Aha. Ha ha ha! And this is not the trios titles, just so there's clarification. It is the 2-on-2 titles.
Okay, I thought it was the 6-on-6 titles.
Hey, hey, Tony Khan. I mean, even WWE, like the amount of titles that are around in wrestling now, I'm surprised someone hasn't made that. We're going to have Survivor Series tag titles. It's going to be a thing. You just wait. All right, looks like you are both in with an answer. Perkins.
I said Mexico.
Rutledge.
England?
Both great guesses. Another great guess would have been Canada, but that's not it either, because it happened on the Jericho Cruise in the Bahamas when Kenny Omega and Hangman Page won the titles in the Bahamas.
That's right.
Goddamn Guatemala.
What? All right, so we're going to move on to your question, your final of the single questions, and that is in the category WCW/ECW. We are looking for who is one of the two wrestlers that have held the ECW Tag Team Championships with 3 different partners. You only need one to get the point here. You do not need both. You just need one. Do not put 2. You can put 2 if you want to. You can put 2 if you want to flex, but if one of them's wrong, then So I suggest putting 1 just in case. Do 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 do. Right after this, I got to bring up that wheel because we are going to go to a random wheel to find out what your 4-point question category will be. All right, looks like you are both in. Brandon, what do you have?
I'm not confident at all. I said Mikey Whipwreck.
Perkins.
Mikey Whipwreck or Ian Rotten?
Give me 1 second.
Great minds think alike, Brandon.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, so I did look that up just to be sure. Mikey Whipwreck only had 2 partners. He held the titles with Tajiri and Cactus Jack. What was the other one you said? Ian Rotten? No, it is not Ian Rotten. We were looking for either Tommy, a Dreamer, who held the titles with Johnny Gunn. He held the titles with Raven, and he held the titles with Masato Tanaka. And then Raven held the titles with Tommy Dreamer, Stevie Richards, and Mike Awesome. So it was Raven or Tommy Dreamer, the answers that you could have given us. All right, so still 1-0 on the board, which is, perfectly fine. Very close game. Points really don't matter unless you can pull out the victory. So we are going to go to your wrestling wheel, and we are going to let you know that your 4-point question today comes in the category of the WWF/the WWE. All right. You were hoping for ECW, weren't you, Perkins?
No.
All right, but Brandon, you're currently not in the lead. Would you like number 1, number 2, or number 3?
Let's go with number 3.
Number 3 it is. So you're looking for 4 answers here from both of you, and that question is, who were the final 4 of the 1991 Royal Rumble match? Sorry, 1991. Looking for the final 4. And then we will be going to your the new round number 2 will be for guys' first time playing the new round number 2. We'll be putting things in order. Hopefully you guys are good at organization. Maybe you might even have these in order by the way they were eliminated. If you did, no bonus points, but I will be impressed. And as always, you will get more time with this. We're not dicks here. But this is a good time to let you know that CWT, we haven't had a Black Excellence question in a while, but I'll let you know that CWT is sponsored by Strictly for the Culture. Hashtag build. Coming up this Sunday night, though, Paul Mead will be in CWT action. More on who he's facing very soon.
Oh, it's a movie trivia match?
Not a chance I ever do movie trivia here. Not a chance.
Feel like I'm about to make a fool out of myself, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens. Perkins, what do you got?
I said Ric Flair, Hogan, Sid, and Mr. Perfect.
I think you might have been thinking of 1992.
Probably.
Brandon.
Hulk Hogan, Earthquake, Ted DiBiase, and Tugboat?
All right. Well, your correct answers are Hulk Hogan, Earthquake, Brian Knobbs, and the British Bulldog. So Perkins, you got 1. Rutledge, you got 2, which means you have a tie game. Tie game as you go into the next round. Nothing wrong with a little bit of a tie game for the fellas. All right.
Nothing ain't right.
Fucking A. All right. So we're gonna go to your second round of the round number 2. Well, that works. I just realized that I had you guys muted the entire time, and that's fine. It is what it is. All right. I forgot to change. Oh, no, wait. No, I didn't. We're good. I forgot I did put that as a backup. Haha. We're good. Everyone heard you guys, I promise. All right. So, round number 2 works like this. 1 question with 5 answers will be given to both players. Players will put those 5 answers in order based on the question. 1 point awarded for each answer in the correct position. All right. So, your question today comes in the category of the WWE. And that question is... Sorry, copying both the people and the thing. Shawn Michaels won the first Elimination Chamber at Survivor Series 2002. Put the other 5 participants in order... In the order they were eliminated. And those 5 wrestlers were... Chris Jericho, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, Kane, and Triple H. Put them in the order they were eliminated, starting with the first person eliminated to the last person that Shawn Michaels eliminated to win the match.
Biscuits!
Biscuits. What was that?
That was my phone, sorry.
Oh, I was like, I don't think I have that as a sound alert. I was so confused. It's alright. And just to remember, please put the top of your list, please put the person who was eliminated first.
Yeah, that looks good.
All right, Brandon is locking in with his confidence. Perkins still writing. All right, Perkins, you're in. You guys are real quick. Perkins, what do you got?
I said RVD, Kane, Booker T, Triple H, Jericho.
All right. And Brandon.
Okay, 2 of these I feel good about. I said Rob Van Dam, Booker T, Kane, Jericho, Triple H.
All right. So your correct answer goes in the order of Rob Van Dam, Booker T, Kane, Chris Jericho, and then Triple H. Brandon, 5 for 5. Perkins, you still picked up 1 with Raw Van Dam. But yeah, Shawn Michaels did end the match by eliminating Triple H. But it's still close game. That's only very close as we go into our battle zone. We're going to bring back up that wrestling wheel. And that wrestling wheel is going to work like this. No, I do not want to remove that. So, today your battle zone will come with the category of... what's going on? NXT/TNA. So, we're going to close that. And I don't need that anymore, so we're just going to get rid of that. So, how does that battle zone round work? Well, we're going to let you know right now if you're new here watching. One question with at least 10 possible answers will be given to players determined by a random wheel spin from the categories in round 1. Starting with the player not in the lead, each player will get 5 answers, and there's no repeating. You get 1 point for each correct answer. So, Perkins, would you like 1, 2, or 3?
2.
2 it is. So, I'm going to go back over here and input the question. We'll get my fancy-dancy whiteboard here so we can keep track of what you guys say. All right, so your question, starting with you, Perkins, is... Who are the 10 wrestlers that main evented the most NXT TakeOver events?
Well,
This starts to hit name, Perkins. I believe in you.
Son of a bitch. Braun, whatever his name is. Bronson?
Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker?
Braun Breaker. Thank
Braun Breaker. Okay. Brandon.
Say Samoa Joe.
Perkins.
Finn Balor.
Brandon.
Adam Cole, baby.
Perkins.
Sami Zayn.
Brandon.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Perkins.
Johnny Gargano.
Brandon.
Takeover events. Jeez. Kyle O'Reilly.
Perkins, your final one.
Kevin Owens.
And Brandon, your final one.
Oh.
Gonna say Shinsuke Nakamura.
All right. So. I believe there was 11 answers since there was a tie for the person in 10th. But I'm going to go ahead and add the scores up to here. That's there. And that is there. All right, cool. So, I'm going to let you know what your answers are. Roderick Strong, Pete Dunne, the only 2 guys missed. Shinsuke, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Kyle O'Reilly, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and Adam Cole. Perkins, you got 4 on an NXT question. And then Brandon, you did go 5, 4, 5.
Way to go, Brandon.
So yeah, back-to-back 5 for 5,
job,
Brandon. Yeah, 7 to 12. Still anyone's game based on how that final round goes. And we're gonna let you know the final round, as always, works like this. The player in the lead will give a number between 1 and 3 for how many times the 20 categories of the final round will be shuffled. Then the opposing player will choose 3 numbers between 1 and 20. Each question is worth 3 points. In the case of a tie, there won't be one today because there's a 5-point swing. So, we're going to go back over here and we're going to let's say, Brandon, how many times we shuffle in that final round between 1 and 3?
Let's mix it up good. 3.
3 it is. Boom. And And whoop. All right, Perkins. I need 3 numbers between 1 and 20.
8, 11, 14.
8, 11, 14.
Poor choices, Perk. Poor choices.
I know.
Okay. Oh my god. All right. So, your first question comes in the category of WrestleMania. I got to bring down the rules. I forgot about that. All right. So, your thing comes in the category of WrestleMania, and your first question is: who was the last wrestler eliminated by Road Dogg to retain the Intercontinental Championship in the 4-way match at WrestleMania 15? It was an elimination match, but who's the last person he eliminated to win that match?
Ooh.
Go with my gut.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it was Mr. Iguana.
Yes.
Obviously.
All right.
Green Dust.
Perkins.
Billy Gunn?
Brandon.
Rikishi?
That is a dirty sweep. Do you know what's funny, guys? The correct answer is Goldust. Yeah, no, Rikishi, not wrestling in the WWF at the time. I believe he was still like transitioning to become Rikishi after not being the Sultan. It was that weird time he was off for 2 years during WrestleMania 15. But we are going to go to your next question in the category of WCW.
Yeah, fudge.
And that question is: when Fit Finlay made his WCW debut in 1996, he went by which name? And don't just say like just Finlay. It was different than Finlay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I heard this. Wait.
Oh, Brandon with the late change. Will it pay off?
We'll find out.
Perkins has to get this correct in order to stay alive. Can he do it? Can he reach down into that esophagus or wherever that is in your body? I don't know. I failed science. And come out with that correct answer. All right. Well, we're going to find out in a minute here. Brandon, what do you have?
Okay. I said Belfast Bruiser.
And Perkins.
I said Fit Edwards.
Fit Edwards. That is that's Eddie Edwards' name when he gets back into shape. So your correct answer is the Belfast Bruiser. Brandon, I will give you the points for that. So your winner by technical knockout, because the final question will not be needed. Congratulations, Brandon. You will pick up the 3 points there. We will not need that final question, but after we go off the air, we'll tell you what it is anyway. But Brandon, you've advanced into the World Contenders Tournament. Your opponent to be determined. Once everyone qualifies, I will release the bracket. But Brandon, anything you want to say, talk about, maybe shout outs to the future if anyone's already qualified, if you have any people you'd probably like to face, but we'll find out. It's up to you.
I mean, plenty of people I like to face. I already called out Dude, which I don't even know if he's even playing, but definitely would love another first time match. Those are always fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to be doing World Contenders Tournament again. I made my CWT debut in the 2020 edition, making all the way to the semifinals. And that one, that's how I first crossed paths with Michael Turner. But yeah, I'm definitely happy about this. I'm looking forward to the tournament. Hopefully, this will get me back into title contention. I do believe since I came back in the 23 Rumble, I think I've gone undefeated in singles matches so far.
I believe you are right. Yes.
Nico, Ryan, yeah, I think so. So hopefully, I'll keep the streak alive all the way through the end of this tournament. So, but we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. We will definitely have to see what happens because you have qualified. But Perkins, you will be back. It might not be wrestling, but you are definitely going to be back when CWT Sports comes back after this tournament is over. After the play-in's over. Then we're going to do a couple sports matches because that is maybe more your cup of tea unless we're focusing on like ECW and NWA. But, you know,
Hey,
you still
I
went
got
4 for 5.
started.
4 for 5 in an NXT question.
What
Right?
the fuck's going on?
Hey, anything is possible in combat wrestling trivia. But Perkins, anything you want to say before we go?
Hey, Rutledge, great competitor. Thank you for playing me.
Thanks for
And
playing me.
7. Shit, I was hoping for 5.
Hey, you know what? A win is a win, no matter how you see it, even if it's not a W on the board, and that's really all that matters. So, if you were watching here tonight, I appreciate you. Thanks, Danny, for stopping in and calling me sexy. You know, I need that little confidence boost sometimes. But we'll be back on Sunday night with Paul Mead going and play in action. And then there might be one more match before I go on vacation, but then there'll be a little bit of a break because I'm going on a road trip to watch some minor league baseball. It's going to be a great time. But yeah, thank you all for watching tonight. And I don't know if anyone bet their loonies. No one did, but we'll still got to clear that. So, Rutledge, you awarded... I don't think I've ever seen you without a hat on. All right. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see y'all soon.